Hello, we are Secret Agent Agency, and we are here to take you on a tour through Europe, looking for fortune tellers. Um, Here I am. I am Kevin. I'm the vocalist of this band, and joining me is the Devil King, Andrew.
Hey,
Yeah, and this is part 3 of Mirrors. We have no idea how long this game is. Thank you for the reminder, Andrew. But I don't know. By
you
the end
hope to
of
finish it tonight.
by the end of the first stream, I was like, things seem like they're wrapping up. And at the end of last stream, I was like, okay, things could either wrap up in like half an hour, or we could be here for another month. So okay, so we'll see. We'll find out. Uh,
And they bake a lot of data into those floppy disks. How many megabytes my floppy disk could store back when I had my OG PC?
I think it was like 1.4.
Well, not even 2. Wow. Awesome.
Okay. All right. You still doing the same voices you were doing before?
I don't even remember. It's Andrew and the detective, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So once the party was over, Susanna visited David in his room. Whew, I'm so tired. That was a bigger party than I expected. Well, I'm leaving for my holiday tomorrow. This reminds me, when are you going back to your apartment? I'll help you clean up. I'm getting out of bed late, so probably in the evening. You'd better steel yourself, though. I didn't tidy it one bit, so it's as messy as it was before you left for the tour. Me whenever I invite somebody over. That bad, huh? Lucky for you, I enjoy cleaning. I'll bring some fresh ingredients so we can have dinner in your room instead of eating out. You're going to cook for me? I look forward to that. I'm not sure I'll even be able to fall asleep now. But you have to. You'll have nightmares again if you don't rest properly. And then the music fades away. David considered telling Susanna about the letter he received, but the sender said not to tell anybody. Oh, we have a choice.
I'm leaning towards not flapping.
Okay, we'll see this person alone.
See if it's an actual choice.
I'll be fine tonight. I'm so tired, I'll probably fall into a deep sleep as soon as I close my eyes. That's good. Now that you mention it, I'm getting sleepy myself, so I'll be leaving. Have a good night, David. Good night. I hope to see you in my dreams tonight. Susanna left the room. David lay down on the bed and fell asleep immediately. What?
Damn, I could do that.
Fucking okay, so I know that we ended the stream at a start reading data from CD-ROM. This
Oh, because of choice.
This was such a short little segment. Oh yeah, probably.
Yep, like there's actually a divergence, which is interesting.
Might
be why.
I wonder if, like, by making that choice, we like took out a whole bunch of stuff from that segment.
Yeah, maybe. We like encounter a bad end, we can always just kind of revert it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just have the state that would be starting from tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's right at the choice in case it doesn't turn out right. Also,
Yeah.
hey there, Jihun.
Hi.
Oh, what's up, dude? Jihun, you're every sorcerer, druid, shaman, warlock person.
Oh god, you still around?
Every mage, magic user.
Magic.
어? 아, 이게 나 부른 줄 알았어.
Hi, Mom.
Anything crazy happened this week? Usually I like something current event to talk about sometimes.
Oh, apparently the United States government is now investigating Blizzard.
No, I was gonna say.
And there's a
there was the
there's a subpoena.
No,
against
let me
Monocritic.
hold on.
Oh,
Let me say
yeah,
this
you go
one.
next, Jihun.
Let me say this one. Yeah, Andrew, I hear you're gonna get more co-workers soon because the state is
Everyone's
giving
coming to Florida.
yes, they're paying $5,000 extra to the officers who refuse to vaccinate.
Yep. Yeah, one of my coworkers mentioned that shit.
You're gonna get more co-workers soon.
Well, I was gonna note, they had that Facebook leak of like various documents.
Oh yeah, the Facebook papers. I haven't sifted through that yet.
They're like comic book or video game villains, basically.
What do you mean?
Facebook executives.
Jeez, that bad.
I mean, yeah, I didn't read the detail. What kind of detail were you able to read? I didn't.
Like, not so much encouraging, but not like doing anything about sex trafficking and like other things of that nature.
Basically, I got the money and power. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Silencing dissent of like dissenting opinions within that particular government, all that kind of shit. Great stuff.
Okay, I would like to continue playing this game, so hopefully we finish it tonight. Thank you for the follow, Fedikin, by the way. Worried about the letter, David woke up early in the following morning after tidying up his room. He took a cab to Cafe Alice. The cab driver knew the place, so he reached his destination in 20 minutes before the noon. I guess that's a British way of saying that. 20
Cab
minutes
drivers are pretty
before
quick
the noon.
in this world. Like, we visited like 18 places in like an hour.
I mean, this thing occurred before the Brexit, so I'm sure it's easy to get around.
Yeah, that's true. David hadn't had breakfast, so he decided to have lunch. What? Okay. After finishing his meal, he looked at his watch while sipping his coffee. It was 11:55. David looked around the restaurant, but he did not see anyone that could be the sender of that letter. When the Big Ben rang midday, a man approached David's table. Man, this guy's super British all of a sudden. It was a man in his 30s. When David glanced at his wrinkled suit, he thought that he might not have been an upstanding citizen. Forgive me for bothering you when you're so busy. My name is Connors. I'm the man who sent you that letter. Connors handed him his business card and took a seat. The business card... Huh?
I actually don't even remember what the hell was in the letter anymore.
I don't either. The business card read, Nick Connors, a reporter for the weekly gossip magazine Flash. I'm a celebrity reporter, but I like to think I'm a bit of a detective. Music, hello? Okay. Get to the point. How does a reporter from Flash know about the Devil King? If you're just here to write some crappy article, I'm leaving. Please wait, you came here because of the letter, right? I was told about the Devil King by someone. This could be the scoop of the year if I could write about it. My dreams. A scoop? I don't know anything about the Devil King myself. Are you gonna peek into my dreams or something? Ah, so he appears in your dreams. I didn't know that. The information I was sent seemed like occult fiction. I wasn't sure what to do with it, but I'm starting to think it might have all been true. So you didn't know about my dreams. What kind of information do you have? Tell me, if it's not made up, you can write your own article about it. I wasn't sure what to make of it. That's why I wanted to confirm your side of the story. A certain person contacted me for an interview. I'm unable to disclose their identity, but I will say that they were in no position to lie. This person told me about how the Devil King was possessing you, using his powers to plant the seed of evil in your audience. He said that your audience, under the influence of that demon, would then commit murder, lose their mind, and die shortly after. It may well be that your consciousness is strong enough to keep the Devil King's power under control, but When the Star of Darkness from the edge of the universe approaches the Earth, your consciousness will be replaced by that of the Devil King, and something terrible will happen. They said that the Star of Darkness will reach us in 12 days. Okay, so we have a clock.
Alright.
They wanted to reveal this information themselves, but they feared your fans would take it as a personal attack against you. That's why they contacted me. If I publish this article and nothing happens in 12 days, I'd lose my place in the entertainment business. But this person is a big deal. They have too much to lose.
Huh.
Are you for real? You called me here to dump this load of crap on me? I have no words to express my disgust. If you want to write an article about it, go ahead. I don't care. Hope your editor's a horror fan, or he won't be happy when he reads your article. You've got balls to call yourself a reporter.
It just said balls? Wow.
Balls.
Dude, we kind of skipped over this last time, but we did make a comparison to Nazi Germany in the last stream.
But yes.
Please don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to ruin your reputation here. I'm actually a fan of yours. That person said that publishing this article would save your life. They also said that you should keep your distance from your manager, Susanna. They said she's a dark sorceress who wants to turn you into the Devil King. It seems
I feel like we're on the good ending route.
God, I feel like we're just jumping right into the deep end, like, you know. It seems she used her sorcery to cause the accident that killed Miss Claire, your former manager, in order to approach you. Does that ring any bells? This conversation is over. Yeah, right. I'm the Devil King. Susanna is a sorceress. What's next? Is Alan a werewolf? Maybe Andrew's a vampire. Come on, aren't you gonna tell me Martin's a demon?
It could be.
I'm only trying to get as much information as I can. Like that person asked me to. I'll contact you again once I've written my article. I think you should contact a good shrink first. Get some help. I'm leaving. Unlike some people, I'm actually busy. David was upset for having wasted his time. If he told Susanna about this, she'd probably storm into Flash's office and give them a piece of her mind. So, okay, the weird thing about this is I thought this was information that, like, more or less David was kind of privy to and understood.
Not the, something bad will happen once he acquires the power.
But, like, he's heard all the bullshit about, like, the Star of Darkness, and he's the Devil King, and he's seen Susanna doing suspect things in his dreams. Right? Like, all that stuff has happened, like, in front of him.
Not sure. He was also, like, possessed at certain points in a way, like, not acting himself, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows what all of what he's aware of?
I guess so.
Like his normal person.
When he returned to his room, he found Susanna waiting for him inside. David, where have you been? I came to help you tidy up the room, but it looks like you're already done. I got up early, so I went out for lunch. No point in staying here. Let's go to my apartment. Finally, we've been staying in hotels for so long. I've never been to your apartment. It is exciting. The excitement will die down the moment you look around my room. I haven't cleaned up in ages. This is all the luggage I have. Let's go.
Just like Kevin.
I made that joke already. Oh, man. After checking out the front desk, they took a cab to David's apartment. When she entered David's flat, Susanna shrieked in panic. Wait. Rushing to open the window, dirty dishes were piled up in the sink. You could barely see the living room table under the empty bottles and cans.
I just realized we haven't heard that scream in a while, actually.
Okay, we heard the shortest, tiniest clip of it last stream.
Okay.
Remember I laughed because it was like half a second long. It was just like, yeah. I can finally breathe. I must clean this up. Where do I even start? For now, let's make some space for you to sit down. Susanna started tidying up the apartment, at times shrieking, but she seemed to be enjoying herself. When she was done, she went to a nearby supermarket to get what she needed to make dinner. Damn, I need Susanna in my life.
I like seeing Shriek now, just like picturing her like, ah!
David thought back to what Connors told him. I never told anybody about my dreams. How could anyone know about the Devil King? It's also absurd, too absurd to just be some kind of harassment. I should talk to Susanna about this.
Told Susanna about this.
Yeah, like, what? Did this guy get like a lobotomy between last stream and this one? David could not talk about it with anyone else. Susanna knew about his nightmare. She would listen to him seriously. Susanna came back with a big bag of groceries. David had exactly one thought in the time that Susanna left to get groceries and came back. He thought one thought. Susanna came back with a big bag of groceries. Yeah. David wanted to bring up the subject, but Susanna was happily humming while cooking. He did not want to spoil the mood. Game. Susanna chatted with David while cooking. I can only make something simple with this little time, but don't let that fool you. This is professional chef level. I can't wait. Never smelled something so delicious in my room before. I've either always ordered takeout or eaten out. That kitchen never saw so much use. Wait, Black, damn it. Black. Okay. Susanna placed the dishes on the table. It's ready. Come sit at the table. The table is laden with several different dishes. David whistled at the sight. As you can see, I'm pretty good at cleaning and cooking. Now eat up before it gets cold. She's definitely like, come on, put a ring on me. We just met like 2 weeks ago, but come on, I'm right here. Hey, Box Jump Call, what is this? Dude, your guess is as good as mine. We're playing a horror visual novel for the PC88. It was made in 1990. It received a Japanese to English translation by a fan group earlier this year. I thought this was a perfect game for Halloween. It's delicious. Forget restaurants. This is the good stuff. That's it. I'm only eating your cooking during our vacation. You're just flattering me. There aren't any restaurants in the countryside, so you'd be stuck with my cooking anyway. We never set a date for the trip. When do you want to leave? 2 weeks in the countryside would be boring. I say we spend some time in your apartment and just leave in your car whenever we feel like it. Yeah, if we're going to Hallworth, it's more convenient to drive there. Besides, I like the idea of going on a road trip without a set goal. David and Susanna were enjoying themselves, eating and chatting about their plans for their vacation. After drinking a beer, oh no, David started feeling tired. He had woken up earlier than usual that day to meet the reporter, and he was not used to it. Okay, so we have half of the dangerous combo. We gotta see if he also takes sleeping pills. I think I'm gonna lie down for a while. After all this talking, one beer is enough to knock me out. You don't usually get drunk like this. Well, I'll tidy up here and go home. Huh? You're leaving? Don't do that. I thought we were spending all of our time together. I'd like to... Huh?
Nothing.
I'd like to stay with you too, but this is your apartment. What if someone finds out? It'd be all over the media. I don't want to be a bother. Let me guess. I don't care if people find out. Oh, Elena Vision will keep going even if we're together. If this is enough to worry you, how would we ever get married? Whoa.
Just dropping it.
Whoa. Dude, you've known her for like a couple weeks.
Well, that escalated real quickly.
Get married? Yes, I've been thinking about it for a long time. No, you haven't! Susanna, will you marry me?
He's one of those nice guy.
Oh, what's her answer?
I often dream about becoming your wife. You're so famous. I was thinking about giving up. What is happening? Yes, David, I will. I will be the wife you want me to be. Are you sure you think we're coming to like the good ending, if there is one?
I don't know. He wouldn't have had that reveal with the reporter.
Yeah, because I feel like we were steering towards it, and all of a sudden just like crash into whatever is happening here.
This is just a roller coaster ride. We have no idea when we're getting off.
Susanna jumped in David's arms and kissed him. They entered the bedroom together.
Pretty much what every rock star dreams of. Or rock star wannabes.
Oh! Alright, we got our detectives.
Alright, meanwhile, Clark and Vince were inside their car, parked outside David's apartment. I guess it's watching them do it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's coming out. Did you know they were an item chief? Wait. Yeah, you guys fucking knew that. What is happening?
Oh, that guy's a dummy. Nope. Oh my god. I'm as surprised as you are. You got any pics of our lovebirds entering the apartment together? Once our contract's over, we could sell them to some gossip mag. This shit is gold.
They literally... Oh my god. They were tailing them like on like a dinner date or something, and they literally called her his girlfriend. What is happening?
It's been a bit of a brain drain.
I was about to say, did their brain get reset or something?
Maybe it's because of the approaching dark star.
I can't. No way, Chief. I'd feel bad about it. Anyway, how about we leave? The lights are off. I don't think she's coming out.
David and Susanna. Apparently Susanna's mother was a dark sorceress, particularly famous among fortune tellers. It also seems Susanna herself dabs in fortune telling. Oh, we know about fortune telling, alright. I love that sequence so much.
Now that you mention it, all the people she met during the tour had something to do with divination. There's that ring that our client's so worked up about. Grammar. Okay.
Tell me it's spoken dialogue. David has no special interest in fortune telling, but he does like that ring. It would surprise me if our client was connected to that stuff, considering how concerned they were about it.
Maybe you should get one of your colleagues to look into our client. They probably have some kind of connection to Susanna we don't know about.
We're supposed to keep an eye on our lovebirds during their vacation. Investigating our client before we're done would be a breach of contract. With that said, I can make a few calls.
I feel like we're getting involved in some creepy occult stuff here. Honestly, Chief, I'd rather back off before we're in over our heads.
Oh, well over your heads at this point.
Dude, where the fuck have you been during your entire investigation?
Yeah, I get you. If they offer to extend the contract, I'm gonna refuse. Well, she ain't coming out. Stakeout's over. Let's go.
Like, I feel like everybody just got like an ice pick to the back of the skull, like between last stream and this one. Clark and Vince's car pulled away from David's apartment.
I'm telling you.
David and Susanna were sleeping together, hugging each other. Then David heard a voice calling out to him. He sat up on the bed, looking around the room. That's the audio track that I recognize of Davido. There was no one else except Susanna who was sleeping. David focused his senses, trying to find the source of the voice. Someone's calling me. There's no one else here, but I can hear it. Who could it be? Alright, Jihun, I'm saying this is you.
Oh, baby. Wait a second.
Who are you? Show yourself.
I am King Harad. I swore upon the star of darkness that I would return as a devil king. Now that the star of darkness approaches the earth, my blood begs for my resurrection.
The voice sounded so clear that David looked around the room once again. No one but him and Susanna were there. You again.
I'm waiting for stream. Baby, by laying your eyes on the blood of the northern tribes, my blood flowing within your veins shall awaken, and the power of the Devil King will manifest. Oh, it's two? Okay.
Yeah.
You must use that power to sever the blood of the King of the North.
Are you saying I'm a descendant of the Devil King? Well, I refuse. I don't need the power of the Devil King. I'm fine the way I am.
That will not do. The King of the North will hunt you down and kill you in order to sever the bloodline of the Devil King. You cannot withdraw, for the fated battle has already begun.
So you're behind the nightmares? The visions I've been having? I'm not going to become a murderer for the sake of a grudge from a time long past.
Yes.
The power of the Devil King is already manifesting itself in you. Due to the influence of the Star of Darkness, you have no other choices, David. You must follow your destiny.
What do you mean the power is manifesting in me? You're insane! I know nothing about this Devil King business. Nothing! Nothing!
I feel like I'm in the anime dubbing club.
So, do we have like a resurrected King of the North in this situation? Is he like the one doing the investigating? You still have like an unknown.
I'm trying to remember who the King of the North was. There was that Fenrir guy who turned out to be the Third Eye Esper dude.
Well, he was a resurrection of like one of his compatriots from that time.
Yeah.
He was a betrayal. I don't think we've seen the King of the North.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You okay?
Belch.
I'm
Susanna
suspecting they're the guy. Yeah, I know.
Susanna was awakened by David's outburst. David, what's wrong? Who are you talking to? Her voice brought him back to his senses. He could no longer hear the voice of King Harath. You're sweating like crazy. Did you have a nightmare? It was neither a nightmare nor a vision. It was King Harath. I heard his voice. He told me I've inherited the blood of the Devil King, and I'm manifesting his power because the Star of Darkness is... I can't. King Rock,
Great.
you say? I didn't hear anyone, and you said that you're one of his descendants? Anytime they bring up the fucking Star of Darkness drawing closer to Earth, like, it breaks me.
Oh yeah, I was about to
I
say
love
that.
it.
What's up with the word? Like something about the word, like tickles you or something.
Okay, so I used to... There's this, like, Saturday morning cartoon that I've seen before called, like, when I was a kid, called, I think it was, like, Jason and the Wheeled Warriors, and there was some episode where it was, like, a show about, like, sentient construction vehicles, right? And all of a sudden there was, like, this episode right in the middle of the series that was, like, suddenly bringing up the night moon and how, like, every 27 moons all of the wizards of the universe gather together at the night moon and cast some, like, giant spell, and that's all I can think of, like, when I hear anything related to, oh, there's a Star of Darkness that's drawing closer to planet Earth and it'll be here in 12 days, you know? It's like the same kind of, like, horseshit. It's just instantly funny to me.
I'm enjoying it too, because it's wonderfully absurd.
Yeah. He said that I must lay my eyes on the blood of the northern tribes, awaken as a Devil King, and sever the blood of the King of the North. I don't know who that is, but he must be a man. I'm not a murderer. The Star of Darkness. That's the star upon which King Roth swore to return as the Devil King. Did he say anything about where to find the King of the North? No, nothing about it. He only said that because I've already manifested the power of the Devil King. The northern tribes will come to kill me. Maybe we should cancel our trip. Why? Do you think it might actually be true? There's something I haven't told you. Oh, damn it! Damn it, David! Ugh.
Oh.
The reason I woke up early this morning was to meet someone, to talk about the Devil King. David told her about the letter he received in his meeting with Connors. He took care not to mention his accusations regarding Susanna. His story sounded like a load of crap at first, but only the two of us should know about the Devil King or the Star of Darkness. How's that possible? We don't know who this mystery person Connors talked to is, other than he's someone important. What would they have to gain from tricking you? Could he be the King in the North? Well, he just got introduced to the story, so probably. The King of the North. Yeah, he would know about the Devil King and the Star of Darkness.
Darkness.
I want to see him in person. If he does work for that weekly magazine, he might have an impact on our future concerts. I'd like to know who we're dealing with. Damn it! Just when I thought I was free from my nightmares, now I'm haunted by the ghost of King Roth. Some vacation this is going to be. I used to think they were just nightmares, but after what King Roth told you, I'm starting to think they might be premonitions. I'm going to look into this King of the North. Now, of course, anytime I see the phrase King of the North, I immediately think of Game of Thrones.
Game of fucking Thrones.
Yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. David and Susanna continued to talk until dawn. They only got up from bed in the early afternoon. Susanna called the offices a flash. As luck would have it, Connors himself picked up. They agreed to meet up at Cafe Alice. When David and Susanna entered Cafe Alice, they found Connors sitting at a table. While they took a seat, Clark and Vince followed them inside and sat at a nearby table. As there were not many customers, it was difficult for the detectives to eavesdrop on the conversation inconspicuously. The dang tablecloth makes it impossible to stick a bug. We'll have to use the directional mic, Chief.
Humph. Too much noise to hear anything clearly, but we'll have to make do. Take a pic of the guy before he notices us. I feel like I've seen him before. He's definitely not a detective.
Watch him just be another fucking fortune teller.
Yes.
In which case he immediately becomes Jihun's responsibility.
Right?
Their table's against the wall. Between that and the music, I can barely catch anything. Oh, here's something, Chief. Sounds like he's one Connors, reporter from a gossip magazine called Flash.
He doesn't ring any bells. What? Devil King? David is the Devil King? And his songs will cause people to lose their minds and kill people. Well, sounds like someone lost his mind already.
They overheard another conversation with somebody in Susanna where they were talking about exactly this. What is happening?
I forgot.
I guess what happens in Italy stays in Italy, you know? Susanna's pissed. She doesn't want him to publish this crap, but he says he's serious. I guess fame attracts all sorts of loonies.
So she wants to know his source, but he won't tell. I wonder, why would she care about a source? It's as if she actually believes it.
It's gotta be because he mentioned the Devil King. Also, apparently he mentioned stuff he only ever saw in his dreams. Here's what I think. This guy wants to make a lot of cash.
She took out a tape recorder from her purse. Ah, so she's got evidence of their conversation. Ha! Look at his face.
This isn't time to be impressed, Chief. Susanna and David are leaving.
He taps on her. I don't think she's gonna go anywhere special today, but you never know. I'm gonna tell this Connors guy. Something smells off about him. Uh-oh. Splitting up.
Maybe one of them will die finally. Vince followed David and Susanna outside. Meanwhile, Clark stood up calmly, paid his bill, and went outside, waiting for Connors to leave the cafe.
Usually the elder who kicks it, and the rookie has to take over.
This is his last job before retirement.
Yep. It's like one day before retirement.
I am just waiting for a major character to die.
I think that might kick off a dying spree.
Yeah. That night, Connors made a phone call to David's apartment. When she learned who it was, Susanna answered the phone on David's behalf. Damn, girl boss time. Miss Susanna. I originally contacted Mr. David because, as his fan, I wanted to confirm some details with him in person. I never thought you'd end up threatening to sue. After our conversation, I contacted that person and they said they wanted to meet the two of you. What should I tell them? Won't you tell us the name and occupation of this mysterious person? I don't like meeting someone I know nothing of. I'm afraid you'll have to find out once you see them. Besides, I'll be coming as well. You have nothing to worry about. Alright then, tell me where and when. They're going to tell us the day of the meeting. I'm supposed to pick you up at 9 and follow instructions. They're always busy, so they can't really arrange a meeting that easily. Isn't that strange? They went to meet us, but won't even tell us where. Very sketchy. I'm inclined to agree, but they said there's no point in telling us more unless you're sure about meeting them. So what will it be? Hold on, I can't make the choice for David. David wanted to know more about the Devil King, so he let Susanna know he agreed.
Like, bobbed his head.
Welcome to the fucking club, box jump call. we're all in the same boat as you. No idea what's happening. But yeah, this is our third stream of this game. I mean, you've heard all there is to know that the Star of Darkness is coming, and our main character David's getting Devil King powers, and I guess the Star of Darkness is slowly making our boy David become the Devil King. I guess the only part that you're missing is like the normie stuff. Our guy David is like the singer of a band, and they just finished touring Europe, and that was like the crux of the game up until this point. We started in London, toured to France, Italy, Germany, and now back in like London. Okay, so David wanted to know more about the Devil King. He let Susanna know he agreed. We're going. You better not be trying anything strange, or we're going to sue the hell out of you and your mystery friend. Are we clear? No idea the Oh god, I thought they were going to reveal that it was like a second Susanna on the phone. Because her picture just like flipped.
What?
Susanna put down the receiver. She looked worried. If this person is a descendant of the King of the North, we'd be walking right into a trap. This could all be one big setup. Why'd they switch your position on the screen? What's happening?
I'm over here now.
We'll never learn anything if we keep doubting them. I'm not convinced I'm a descendant of the Devil King myself. Even if they're the King of the North, they won't kill us on the spot.
Oh, you know what? I think David's always showed up on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They booted her over to the right.
Yeah, he is like main character priority, I guess. But you heard what King Hroth said. I wish we had a gun. We'll have to make do with a knife. Look, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and you don't bring a gun to a sorcery fight.
Well, she's still, I think, she hasn't come out and said that she's a sorceress to him, right?
Apparently, you haven't watched a lot of isekai because they bring a gun to the sorcery fight and gun wins.
Here we go. Let's see if I can read this without laughing. If the blood of the Devil King really flows in my veins, then that power will protect me if we're endangered. I've been having nightmares for so long, it's a miracle I haven't lost my mind. I need something to go on. I see your point. If anything happens, I'll be there for you. David and Susanna were convinced that the person they were going to meet was a descendant of the King of the North. Like, it could be that, or it could just be yet a third party who has also been listening in on Susanna's conversations with fucking every fortune teller across Europe. The next morning, Connors came to pick them up. David, however, decided to take his car as a precaution. Connors told them that they would be going to the Red Lion restaurant in Salisbury. Before they left, Susanna said that she forgot her purse and rushed back inside. She came back with her purse a few moments later and got into David's car. Okay, so she went and got something. They took the M3 motorway and then pulled off into the A30 road for Salisbury. You want to pull up, when do you guys want to pull up Google Maps and see what's going on here? Salisbury is the home of the famous megalith ruins, Stonehenge. Oh no! Due to its fame, it is common to find sightseeing buses from London. Oh god, we're going to fucking Stonehenge, you know.
That's for the Dark Star World here.
Look, it's a bit early for that, Andrew. We got like 11 days still. The two cars arrived at the Red Lion restaurant shortly after noon. Connors glanced inside the restaurant and then left to make a phone call. It would appear that there had been some kind of miscommunication. He was talking loudly, almost shouting. After he hung up, he approached David and Susanna. I thought they would be here already, but they're preparing to leave just now. We might as well have lunch. A waiter brought them to a table. I bet he had some urgent business to take care of. They never break their word once they give it, so... What do they do for a living? We only know he's someone important. I kept thinking about it last night. I could barely sleep. They raised me after I lost my parents. I owe them a debt I can never repay. The least I can do is never break my promise to them. Sorry, I can't say anything. I couldn't believe this story either. That's why I sent that letter to David. Honestly, didn't think he'd actually show up. I was surprised when David pretty much confirmed what that person told me. He saw the Devil King in his dreams. What if everything else is true as well? The thought alone gives me the shivers. Let me get this straight. While it's true the audience can get a bit rowdy during David's concerts, no one actually gets hurt. It's the opposite of what this person says. Hold on. We've had descriptions of the fans clawing at their eyes, like scratching all over their face, fainting, getting rushed out by staff in stretchers.
They all got better later, so it's okay.
Look, they got better health plan than US, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, this is Europe. I am aware. I am an entertainment reporter, after all. I suppose it's a good thing I never published that article in the end. It's only been a day. During their lunch, a phone call came for Connors. He left the table to answer it, coming back shortly after. I'm terribly sorry, but it seems a car broke down, and they won't be able to make it here right away. They said they might be here this evening. What do you say? Well, we've waited this long, we might as well keep waiting. Let's take a room for the night, Susanna. Connors went back to the phone booth. David and Susanna reserved a room at the Cathedral Hotel, and then decided to visit Stonehenge. No, don't do it! Connors would wait in the lobby, in case they contacted him again.
That happened to a cab.
There were few tourists at Stonehenge, as it was not the weekend. David was somewhat disappointed that the watchman would not let anyone inside the stone circle. Again, no Devil King sorcerer guy. Don't go in the middle of Stonehenge, it's not good for you. Still, the view made him forget how tiring the tour was. He felt as if he and Susanna were on their honeymoon. No! Again, you've only known each other like maybe a couple weeks. Not good. The sun was setting, and all the other tourists had left. They returned to the parking lot, ready to go back to the hotel. Oh no. David tried starting the car, but the engine would not start. Thinking the battery might be dead, David opened the hood, and a chill ran down his spine. Someone had torn out the wires. David and Susanna stood in front of the car, dumbfounded. This must be the work of the King of the North, who also had car problems.
I thought you were about to say this must be the work of enemy stand.
I knew it was a setup. The King of the North lured us here, to the stone circle. No, they didn't.
Everything's blue now.
You decided to visit here.
Losing you at this point?
No, this just means I'm like more into it, but it's just like, what is happening? It's getting dark. There's no houses nearby, and we're too far away to walk the way back. Damn that Connors. He was in on it. We can't stay here. We have to go back to the hotel, even if we have to walk. We might cross a car along the way. Just as they started walking, they noticed a car approaching them with the headlights turned off. Damn it! I just leaned forward in my chair, Jihun. God, fucking... I just leaned forward. Okay. There's no way that's a tourist coming to see Stonehenge, is there? It has to be Northern Assassins! David, what should we do? Yeah, honestly, Andrew, to your point, I think the game is getting better. It's getting better for my purposes.
I love it. It's just, yeah, it's great.
We'll never get away by running. Let's hide amongst the megaliths. David and Susanna entered the stone circle. They hid in the shadows of the megaliths. The car stopped at the end of the paved road, and 4 individuals wearing white robes got out. The 4 white shadows approached the megaliths. David and Susanna watched them, holding their breath. One of the shadows shouted towards the stone circle. Jihun, you want to take this?
Alright. Alright, wait, so let me... Wait, is the shadow against? Oh, it is. Okay, he's the one that wants to kill. Alright. David, the Northern tribe have concluded that you have inherited the blood of the Devil King. You may not believe it, but we Northern soldiers can sense the dark waves that flows in your veins. I just love saying things. As Susanna, the dark sorceress, and she will confirm her words. Of course, you have no time for that right now. You can ask her in hell. Susanna, we have dealt with the dark sorceress you contact before you even reach Bristol. The king of the north shall be here soon to witness your death with his very eyes. You made her consider this the last moment of your life.
There was only one shadow in front of them. When David turned his head, he noticed the other 3 had taken place at his left, right, and back. A magical tetragon. David, we're trapped in the stone circle. The northern spell will prevent us from leaving. Hold on. What is this?
Yes.
So this is just plain and simple Susanna just outing herself at this point, right?
I mean, like they're in a kind of dire straits.
Okay, so David, we're on the same page. So it's true. You're a sorceress. Why didn't you tell me?
I was about to ask, what the hell? Susanna warned him or something? Did they just miss that mark? Okay. No, he confirms. Alright.
Just like you've inherited the blood of the Devil King, I've inherited the blood of Susanna, who served King Hroth. The 2 of us are their descendants. You've never fallen in love with any woman other than me, have you? I've been in love with you since I was a child. You were always in my dreams. Susanna, before she passed away, my mother taught me the power of magic and told me about the blood of the Devil King. That's why I've been trying to protect you from the King of the North. But I guess you just can't fight fate. So those pills you gave me for my nightmares. They were made by dark sorcerers, yes. There are many who've inherited the blood of the original dark sorcerers, but only few can be said to be truly powerful. I love how I'm just getting this whole fucking info dump while we're Well, we're just surrounded by a, what they call it, a tetragon of sorcerers. We sorcerers can't hope to defeat the King of the North, but it would be easy for you if you were to awaken the power of your blood. Ooh, your blood! At that moment, they heard the sound of a car engine in the distance. Then, they noticed its headlights approaching. After looking towards the car, the white shadow in front of David shouted at him. Jihun.
The King of the North will cast a curse upon you. Though I have never witnessed it myself, it is said that agony is imaginable. This should be entertaining. Yes. I'm doing the finger thing. Surprise finger thing.
The car approached the stone circle, stopping next to the car used by the northern sorcerers.
Wait, sorcerer used a car?
Yeah! For
I
a
missed
while,
that part.
Dude. It's okay. It's been kind of a lot. For a while, nobody came out, as if waiting for something to happen. Eventually, the passenger door opened and a man came out. The white shadow who was approaching the car stopped in his tracks.
You know, judging from the picture alone, it looks like the guy's in the wrong neighborhood. You're not a king of the North. Are you a dark sorcerer?
The man put a hand in the suit and pulled out a gun, aiming it at the northern sorcerer. Susanna stared at the man, whose face was clearly illuminated by the car's headlights. Oh shit! That's Clark, one of the detectives employed by the Northern Tribesmen. The driver is his assistant, Vince. Did the Northern Sorcerers not recognize him? This is our chance, David. The Northern Sorcerers are distracted, and the Tetragon is broken. Let's get into their car. Yes, we're carjacking. Dude.
No.
Dude, this is just like...
I had no idea where tonight's stream is going, but I never could have guessed in a million years that tonight would be the night we carjack a group of sorcerers.
And then, just like that isekai moment, the guy pulls a gun against the sorcerer. I was like, what the fuck?
Susanna pushed David, urging him to run. The white shadows at their sides chase after them. Noticing this, Clark pointed his gun at the rogue men and pulled the trigger. The four shadows stopped. Clark kept aiming his gun at them. Oh my god, the lights of yet another car were approaching the site.
What?
We're at 4 cars.
Everybody's coming to this party.
At least you're keeping track of how many cars there, because I lost.
Yeah, we have our car that has the wires pulled out. We have the car that the 4 sorcerers came out of. We have the car that has Clark and Vince in it. And we have this car. Vince opened the rear door to let David and Susanna in.
I just want to chime this in, like, since I don't know if they actually showed the picture of a car, but I can't. Can you imagine those sorcerers coming out of this European buggy car, like the clown?
Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Clark fired his gun into the tires of the sorcerer's car, then jumped into his own car. Vince floored the pedal, and they left at a dangerously high speed. This game's a 10 out of 10. Oh, well, almost colliding with the incoming car, they were able to get away from the megaliths of Stonehenge.
So, who were those robed creeps, Susanna? They kind of looked like a bunch of white sorcerers.
Thank you for saving us. They were the Northern Sorcerers. If it weren't for your timely intervention, they would have killed us with one of their curses.
This is some kind of war between Northern and Dark Sorcerers. I bet my ass out of the car we crossed carried more of them. Let me guess. It's all because of the Star of Darkness.
You must be really good detectives if you figured out that much. I must ask you not to delve any deeper than this if you care for your lives. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm telling you for your own safety. I'm really grateful for your help. I mean it.
That stuff about David having inherited the blood of the Devil King has gotta be true. If you're a dark sorceress, I figure our client must be one of them northern fellows. By the way, that reporter, Connors, after his parents died, he was raised by the Archbishop of St. Radford's Church in Stratford.
Radford and Stratford.
I'm Stratfordian born and raised. That's why he looked familiar. He was an altar boy at the church. His mysterious benefactor could be Archbishop Mellis.
Mellis, that's a good name. Yeah, that's a powerful name.
For King of the North, I mean.
Are you guys detectives? How do you know about Susanna? Mr. Clark and his friend have been following us since our tour of Europe. Their client is most likely a northern tribesman. That's probably how the King of the North always knew where to find us. Why would two detectives at the service of the King of the North help us?
Believe it or not, it was a coincidence. We followed you to the stone circle, but you weren't doing anything weird, so we went back to the hotel to rest. That's when we saw a car stop in front of the hotel, and 3 men got out to talk with Connors, who then got in the car and left with them. It was already dark, and none of you guys were coming back. On a hunch, we came back to the stone circle, and we saw those white-robed weirdos. When I saw you guys trying to run away, I figured they were up to no good, so I threatened them with my gun.
I'm actually a big fan of yours, so I recognized you right away. That's why I opened the door and waited in the car. I had no idea they really wanted to kill you. I see. If you hadn't come, the curse of the King of the North would have killed us for sure. We owe you our lives. Could you take us to a car rental? They broke my car, and I really want to get out of here as soon as possible.
It's safer to go to the police. We can be your witnesses.
The police will force us to stay and hide somewhere, but the curse of the King of the North can be cast from a distance as long as he knows where we are. The police will never believe in the existence of sorcery, so they won't do anything about it. The only way to be safe is to escape the King of the North's notice.
First they can kill people sounds like hogwash to me. Everything about you guys is so weird. Whatever. Let's find a rent-a-car.
Even though Clark had been researching the Devil King for quite a while, he was still skeptical about the existence of magic. I mean, fair enough, but also, like, come on, man, you bought into it this far. Like, Clark is clearly on board with all this now, you know? Clark's car stopped under the neon sign of a car rental.
To her, so they can rent a Tesla.
Well, here we are. I don't know much about this sorcery stuff, but take care of yourselves.
This game was made in 1990. They're not getting a Tesla, Jihun.
What a man can dream.
The King of the North will learn what happened soon. Now that you've helped us, your own lives could be in danger. It would be best if you left the UK for a while.
We're definitely done with this investigation. We'll hide our butts somewhere if we ever feel threatened. Have a good one.
I feel sorry for these guys.
Regards to...
Clark and Vince. Clark and Vince drove off. Okay. I just want to do like a vibe check here. Over under on them waking up in the morning to a news story that Clark and Vince have died.
Oh.
Possible. Not sure.
So like 50-50?
Not really yet.
Yeah,
If they're out of the narrative at this point, then they're up for grabs.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, okay. David and Susanna rented a car and sped off towards London. The northern tribesmen are actively going after us. I don't think it's safe to go back to your apartment. Why don't we head for Haworth? That's where I was born. There are sorcerers there. Old friends of my mother's. They will keep you safe. We know the King of the North is the Archbishop of St. Radford's Church. Instead of running, I think we should talk to him. David, he wants to kill you. He'll never listen to you. Unless you actually meant fighting him. So what do? Do we go to Haworth or fight him? David's car is stopped at a crossroad. Oh, he could take the road that led to Haworth or the one that led to Stratford. Hold on. Save state. Okay, he weighed his options. Should he run away to the countryside of Haworth or take the fight to St. Radford's Church? What are we doing, boys?
Let's get nerdier and fight.
Fighting.
Okay, we're fighting. Alright, we are raiding St. Radford's Church. Press any key to start reading data from the CD-ROM. Oh my fucking god.
Alright, so now it does feel like we're reaching endgame.
Yeah. So Jihun, anything new with you?
May or may not be in the near future.
Okay, so nothing new yet, but possibly
Yeah.
soon.
Yes.
Okay. This game is fucking fantastic. I have something I want to fix really fast. What was that?
Why does it always take so long to read the data? I wonder.
So I think what it's doing is it is copying compressed data from the CD-ROM over to the floppy disk.
Oh. Yeah, because since it's not you're actually playing this on all consoles, so I'm like, what's taking this long, you know?
It's emulating that process.
Yeah. Also, now that I think about it, I wonder how long it actually took back then. And I'm starting to wonder what does the title has to do with the game itself, because I'm not sure if they correlate with each other.
Right, so the only thing that I could think of is that for some of his like dream sequences or weird like hallucinations, he kind of saw like a doppelganger of himself.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of. You know, like, rather than being called mirrors, this should have been called, like, sleeping pills, or fortune tellers, or something. There's been almost no mirrors, like, from, like, a literal standpoint, and from a figurative standpoint, the only thing I can think of is, like, that doppelganger figure.
I mean, if it... Oh, okay. Continue, alright.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, if you had one of those titles that actually spoils the story, it could have been like Curse of the Old King or something.
You're still can still enter the picture. Here it is.
David took the A34 road, passing through Oxford, headed straight for Stratford. There were few other cars in the middle of the night, so his right foot floored the gas pedal most of the time. Once we're in Stratford, we should drive along the River Avon. This will lead us straight to St. Radford. Driving like this doesn't feel real. It's like I'm in one of my nightmares. Don't say that, man.
Endless nightmares.
Believe me, I wish it was only a nightmare. I had no idea the Northern Tribesmen would go that far. I was going to gather the other dark sorcerers in my household in Howard and come up with a plan to protect you. I guess you really are a sorceress, huh? What sorts of magic can you do? I can't cast killing curses like the King of the North does. I can make all sorts of magical concoctions. I can also cast protective barriers and something similar to hypnotism. But I can't cast any offensive spells. Remember what King Hroth said. Only by laying your eyes on the blood of the Northern Tribes will the power of the Devil King awaken. If we want to survive, you must awaken the Devil King. That's why we're going to Stratford. Still, I don't know if I can actually kill another man. They might kill me before I even get a chance. We've already killed someone. I think I may be able to combine my sorcery with the power of the Devil King that flows in your veins. If I'm successful, we'll have a powerful weapon at our disposal. If I fail, well, at least we'll die together. Is she a bloodbender? I think King Hroth is protecting us. If those detectives hadn't arrived before the King of the North, we would have died. I don't think it was a coincidence. The River Avon came into view. David drove his car upstream, with the river on his right. After a while, St. Radford's church was in sight. I'll get the car as close as I can. We need to hurry. People will get suspicious this late at night, and they might inform the Archbishop. I like the sound effect because it just sounds like randomly their car got like really rickety and shitty.
They got the detective's car still, right? Or what?
No, this is a rent-a-car.
Oh, right.
Yeah. David stopped his car near the church. St. Radford's church is located just outside Stratford. Being a small town, it would be unnatural for anyone to be walking around its premises. It was 3 a.m. David and Susanna took a deep breath and got out of the car. The church was in front of them. If the Archbishop really is the King of the North, he shouldn't be back yet. There's a good time to take a look around. This is it. Still, there could be Northern Tribesmen inside, waiting for their king to return. We'll have to fight them sooner or later, so we should take a look. If there's anyone inside, we'll fight them, as long as we can take them. David tried pushing the front gate. Once he realized it was slightly ajar, he pushed it open and stepped inside. It's clearly not a jar, David, it's a door.
I don't think that's what the jar.
I know. The chapel was illuminated by small lights. There was a door at the other side of the hall.
Like me telling, like in training of the day, it's like, our door is always open, and then I immediately had someone retort, but it's always locked. Like, alright, yeah, you gotta knock, asshole.
If the Archbishop really is the King of the North, this person has so many fucking epithets. There should be a sorcery altar around. I doubt he'd keep it out there in public, so it's probably in the basement.
Man, if she was a real person, I'm sure the person who's standing next to her, like, shut. What's it called? What's that phrase? No shit, Sherlock.
They walked to the other door. It was not locked. They opened it and stepped inside. They found themselves in a dark, unlit corridor. David returned to the chapel to get a candle. Now at the source of light, they walked through the corridor. There might be a light switch somewhere. Then again, turning on the lights wouldn't be very inconspicuous. It's best to use a candle. They turned left at the end of the corridor. There was a door along the wall on the right. The corridor continued on. They opened the door and stepped inside. There's papers and documents everywhere. This must be the office. The Archbishop's quarters would be more luxurious than this. Okay. So I see a computer that kind of looks like more modern than I was expecting. Like, I mean, it's fairly thin compared to the monitor. I don't know, it's hard to tell like exactly like what size everything is. But the computer looks pretty small. I guess like to the right of it there's like a printer that's like a top loader.
Yeah.
Wonder what the thing to the left is. I don't know. I just examining the 90s tech.
Scanner.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Or the, you know, the thing we used to have during the classes? Our teacher would have this clear plastic and they write on it and it project it.
Oh, like a transparency projector, yeah.
Yeah. God, those are the days.
There might be a list of northern families somewhere. Let's take a look. David flicked through the papers by the candlelight, but he did not find anything useful. We'd have to look through these calmly, but there's no time for that. Let's leave.
No time to be calm.
They returned to the corridor and pressed on. The corridor turned right. The candle's feeble light did not reach far, and it was too dark to see what lied at the end. As they walked forward, they found another door in the right wall, this time with a more ornate design. The corridor continued on. I bet this is his room. Let's find out. Ooh.
What the hell was it, man?
Wait, there's light leaking through the door. There might be someone inside.
Is the Devil King coming out with her mouth? God.
David approached the door, focused his senses. I think it's empty. Let's go in. David opened the door. What a gorgeous room. It has to be the Archbishop's. There's nobody inside. The lights are on, so someone must have been here until recently. There's no one in the chapel, so they might be somewhere further down the corridor. I have a feeling there might be a hidden door that leads to the basement in this room. After all, this room is very private. nobody would see him leave. It's possible, but I don't see anything that looks like a hidden door. God damn it, David, that's why it's a hidden door. David and Susanna searched the room. They were unable to find anything. We don't have much time. Let's move on.
Get up.
They left the room. They left the room and went further down the corridor. Look, they have to calmly look for the hidden door, and they don't have time to be calm, Andrew. They kept walking until the end, where they found a door. There's the last one. If there's anyone in here, they must be beyond this door. Stay sharp. David put his ear to the door, trying to sense the presence of other people. It's fine. I don't think there's anyone inside. He carefully opened the door. Stairs. This is the way to the basement. It's completely dark. It doesn't seem like there's anyone down there. David and Susanna walked down the stairs, lighting the way with the candle. It's just a storage room. It's no place for an altar. Guess we won't find anything in here. Let's go back. They walked up the stairs and returned to the corridor. We didn't find any stairs to the second floor. I wonder if there's another door in the chapel? I didn't notice one. Still, I'd like to check the Archbishop's room again. There has to be something we missed. There has to. Agreed. If there's a convenient place for the sorcerers to go in and out unnoticed, it would be that room. David and Susanna returned to the Archbishop's room. Why don't we try pulling books from the bookcase? There might be a hidden lever. They looked behind every single book to no avail. Wait, look! The bookcase is moving. Someone's coming back. We have to hide before they find us. Okay, so apparently there was like this big, obvious bookcase in the room, and David looked at it and said, nope, not a hidden door.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a door, it's a bookcase.
Fuck, idiot. Under the desk, quick! Yes?
So this is a
That's
personal
how
topic.
these
Like, sometimes, there's these characters, some of their tricks are, like, new to them, but for us as a reader, as a watcher, like, the thing so common is called trope. That's the...
Yeah.
I think that's the inedible sometimes, like, what is it? Like, some anime will pull out the, like, invisible thread attack, but we've seen it so many times, we'll be like, oh, I know what that is, but to the character themselves, it's like, what is this attack? It's kind of rough, I guess.
Or the one that we thought for sure it was in Silent Hill 2 when we played it. There's invisible men in the elevator.
Oh yeah, like that.
David and Susanna hid under the Archbishop's large desk. The bookcase moved sideways. Beyond it was a corridor. The passage was large enough for it to allow a single person to pass through. An old man, about 70 years old, came out of the passage. He put a finger somewhere in the wall inside the room, and the bookcase slid again to cover the way. Once he walked out of the room, he turned on the ceiling lights, which made the corridor bright. Then he closed the door. David and Susanna heard the sound of his footsteps moving away. Finally, catching their breath, they crawled out from under the desk. They approached the wall that the old man had touched. There was a switch embedded in the wall. Oh, there's a switch embedded in the wall. Let's go to the basement. I bet the altar's in there.
check out this altar.
The altar might give us some hints as to what sort of magic they can cast. Let's go. David patted the wall looking for the switch. Eventually he found it, and the bookcase started sliding. David and Susanna went inside. I knew it! There are stairs going down! There has to be a different switch to close it, but there's no time to look for it now. Again, we have to look for it calmly, and there's no time to be calm. They went down the stairs. Once they reached the end of the staircase, they saw a door at the end. David opened the door and stepped inside.
Oh!
There you go!
Oh my god, yay!
Okay, so that was voice acted. David slumped to the floor, gripping his chest. My heart feels like I'm being stabbed. David, are you okay? Susanna saw the blood staining David's shirt, but there was no actual blade piercing him. It's a northern curse. Hang in there, David. It's all getting blurry. Susanna, I'm done for. Go. Save yourself. I don't understand. I'm trying to return the smell, but I can't sense it at all. No returns. Susanna looked around the room. There were no altars along the four walls.
Yeah, once you already purchased it, you can't.
All spells are fine.
Oh, okay, this is like voodoo. In the center of the room was a table with a dagger planted in the middle. It's a curse of the sorceress effigy. Hold on, David, I'll save you. Susanna desperately tried to pull the dagger out of the table, but it would not budge. When she took a closer look, she realized that the dagger was planted on the picture of David, right in his heart. I'll wait. Every time she tried to move the dagger, David would writhe in pain. Eventually, David lay motionless in a pool of his own blood. As she looked at him in horror, several men came in the room. Among them was Connors, the entertainment reporter.
Uh-oh.
Evil King is dead.
Hey, Jihun, you got this?
You're the Archbishop.
Oh, it's Archbishop? Alright.
Yeah, Magic Man.
Wow, he looks big, by the way. I am
He's
Archbishop.
a big boy.
Indeed. I'm Archbishop Malalas. You sorcerer know me as the king of the north. I like doing this now.
Oh. You.
Did you go to the next page? I'm still stuck on the. Oh, okay. When I learned that David had inherited blood of the Devil King, I had to get rid of it. Okay, maybe this is too much. And the Nova Stalker says I would have spread your life, Susanna.
Whoa! Yikes.
However, I know that you're. What the fuck? When did that happen? However, I know that you're pregnant with his child. Thus, you must share his fate.
I mean, they slept together a couple times.
Oh, I didn't know you can make a baby with just a kiss.
No, I mean, they had some nights of passion. They've had at least two.
Like how long ago? A week ago? Damn.
No, one was like last night.
Oh.
But yeah, a week ago also. Like, that's faster than any pregnancy test. Susanna spoke. Hold on, I have to charge my headphones. plugged into the wall now. So you really were the King of the North. How'd you know we'd be coming? According to Lord Mellis, those men who helped you were detectives under our service. One of them was someone Lord Mellis knew very well. In fact, I remember him as well. It stands to reason that he'd tell you about us. So I called the church to prepare for your arrival. Opening the door to this room would activate the curse. The King of the North spoke.
My stream delays is insufferable.
Maybe try refresh?
Yeah, I refreshed.
Let me, after I read this line, I'll do it. Susanna, with your death, the blood of Devil King was severed, ushering in the peaceful world. This was never a battle between justice and evil. It was only ever a battle for revenge. Alright, I'm refreshing now. Let's see how it happens.
Right on the next line. It'll come up quicker.
I must kill you. That much is unavoidable. With that said, I am a servant of God. I shall pray for your soul, so that you and David may spend eternity together in heaven or hell.
That was a hell of a refresh.
Yeah, dude.
Connors, there is no need to cast a killer's curse upon her. Send her to God using your daggers. I should do the air quote daggers.
I would have liked to witness your great power in action, my lord, but I shall do as you say. Connors took out his dagger and approached Susanna. I want you to know this is nothing personal. I must follow his orders. Please don't hold it against me.
Yeah, you're the one holding it.
The moment Connors raised his dagger, Susanna quickly pulled out the dagger from the table, launching herself at her executioner. The two daggers hit their marks at the same time. Both Connors and Susanna's hearts had been pierced. No!
Cross counter.
Cross counter. They collapsed next to David, their blood pouring onto the floor.
No, Connors. Oh, my act of kindness has cost him his life. David, you're still alive. Hey, he says MGH, okay? That sounds like.
Yeah. David, who had been thought to be dead, stood up, blood still pouring from his chest. Oh, he just saw the blood of a northern tribesman or whatever, right? So he's.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah, he's turned on. He's powered up.
It looks like you're about to scream.
He's ready to go nuts.
You have underestimated the strength of my blood. Though faintly, David's heart. Wait. Though faintly, David's heart is in fact still beating.
Must be a translation error.
It's the Devil King.
No.
Is it?
Though faintly, David's heart is in fact still beating. My power is able to keep it alive, even under the influence of your sorceress effigy. King of the North, through your naivete, I have witnessed the blood of Connors, a northern tribesman. As long as David's heart is beating, he shall awaken as the Devil King and cast eternal curses upon you. Still bleeding, David began to cast a spell aimed at the King of the North. I like how its pitch shifted down. Okay, that was voice acted. Love the face.
That's a great face.
Blood began to gush out of the King of the North's face. At the sight of the bloody face of
Oh
the
god,
king,
it's actually coming on. Jesus.
it's like coming out of his pores, like, or his skin's just like cracking like dry earth.
Don't they normally come out of their eyeballs or something in this movie? Like,
At the sight of the bloodied face of their king, the northern sorcerers fled from the room in a panic. Oh no! Blood kept gushing out of the King of the North's body. His robes were stained in the crimson liquid, and soon he was lying in a pool of his own blood.
Looked like he was like stuck his face into a bowl of spaghetti and got tomato sauce all over his face.
No, do you see the thing on his head? Top of his head?
This is such good pulled pork. Delicious. Oh, delicious barbecue. Spare ribs.
God,
But
Mr.
once the
Barbecue.
King of the North had breathed his last, David also collapsed in the basement of St. Radford's Church in Stratford. I love that we have St. Radford and Stratford. They're basically the same. The ancient grudge between the Devil King and the King of the North had finally been dispelled from this world. Yes, G.
I don't know, Kevin. Wait, are they spelled practically the same? Stratford, S-T-R-A-Ford.
Yeah.
Okay, I just caught that. Same Radford and Stratford. They're except the dot is spelled the same.
All right. Our favorite words in the English language. Press any key to start reading data from the CD-ROM.
On it.
You know, I actually have a knowledge of what CD-ROM is. I wonder if somebody were to pick this up, like what, literally today. I wonder if they even have idea what the CD-ROM is. What the hell is a CD-ROM?
People know what CDs are, Jihun.
That's like when I
They
asked
still
one of
have
the newer
those in
officers
stores.
that's like only like in his 20s. I'm like, what does CD-ROM stand for? what does CD stand for? And he was just like, oh god damn it.
Compact disc read-only memory.
I mean, there are some little. I am not joking. I mean, technically, I haven't seen it in real life, but yeah, there are some kids out there when you present them a floppy disk, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's a save icon."
Okay, I got one for you guys. I'll write this in chat. Do you know what the difference is here? Do you know what is the distinction?
I have actually no clue.
Is it? I mean, I don't know, but I'm
It's
just
like disc and diskette or something like that, right?
Yeah, I was about to throw a ball, but I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna guess one is a round and the one is square, like a floppy disk.
Okay, so disc with a C is read optically, like with a laser, like some kind of lens. Disc with a K is read via magnetism.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Gee, I wonder with this knowledge, how come you can't work as IT?
I thought that save icons are still fucking floppy disks.
Yeah.
What does that symbol stand for, Dad?
Yeah. What's amazing is that like floppy disk is indeed obsolete technology, and yet some of the apps that comes out. What is it?
That was the end.
What?
Or a end. There's
Yeah,
possibility that there's other possible
we're
endings.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back.
Bunch of credits roll here. Our whole crew kind of like dropped out of the entire narrative right after we went to follow up on that letter.
Whatever the intro.
Our band has nothing to do with the Devil King.
True.
The Devil King of Darkness.
You think there was a normal ending or neutral ending? If the game doesn't, what do I think?
Look, we'll find out when we, I guess, try the other path.
The ending that we got there was double KO. So many dark sorceresses.
I know, right?
Everybody in this entire world.
Was it basically David versus the world or something? Jesus.
So,
Entirely.
this is a weird ass credit sequence, by the way.
Yeah, didn't it begin with the real people name and character name, and now it's like title and then character name?
No.
I'm really interested to know how big the team is that made this game.
The man who betrayed King.
This could easily be one person's project.
Who knows? I'm curious too. And... Oh. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna press enter. Nothing.
This might be old style games where the game just freezes at the end.
Yeah,
it
like
did in
Final Fantasy 1. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
And once the credits are done, the game is done.
I guess we'll wait a little bit longer.
Listen to this kicking rad tunes.
Okay.
Curious if there are other endings.
Yeah, the music repeated. So.
What options did we have in the narrative? Were they all in this episode? I feel like we had another one previously, too.
Okay, so in last stream, we had the option of take the pills or don't take the pills. And then we had the option of jump in Andrew's chair to gamble or to not do that. In this stream, we had tell Susanna about the meeting or don't. And we had go and fight the King of the North or run away like a coward.
We had a total of, was that 4 options?
Yeah.
That may or may not change the narrative.
Yeah, like I feel like those early ones, no. I even feel like the meeting one, probably not really.
Well, obviously, the biggest divergence is, as noted, confronting or running.
Yeah, so we'll get back to that. Okay, we're running away to Howarth. Press any key to start reading data. Alright.
Yep. Gonna load up this whole sequence. Did it do that when we selected the other option too?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Overall, I've enjoyed this. I'm curious what other end we may or may not get. But
Yeah.
I feel like we had a more or less kind of satisfying conclusion.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting a happy end
No.
based on the subject matter.
I expected a whole lot more people we've met along the way to die. Like, I expected all of our band members to perish, Clark and Vince. You know, I expected all those people to, like, just perish.
My person was the lady Susanna killed at the beginning. We didn't even see her. It was just, oh, we'll go to the funeral. Okay, well, bye. Let's go on our tour.
That is true. We never really, like, got confirmation of whether or not Susanna has blood on her hands.
She said she doesn't know any bad magic.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can fuck somebody up pretty bad with hypnosis. Alright, here it comes.
This is what is the result of this.
Okay, you're right. If I go to St. Radford's Church, I'm only asking to die. Let's hide in the countryside and try to come up with a plan. David kept away from Stratford, driving north along the M1 motorway, passing through London during the night. The sun started rising just as they crossed Manchester. Okay, so this definitely doesn't seem to be like a but thou must thing. This is a choice. You must be tired. Look, the sun is rising. Would you like me to drive? I heard when the sky gets brighter, you start relaxing and feeling tired. Yeah, let's switch before we have an accident. Also, another thing that the ending we got left dangling. It's still like 10 or 11 days until the Star of Darkness reaches Earth.
That's true. That would be like our highest point of like power, right?
I think so.
I mean, I just need to time out the clock.
David stopped the car and let Susanna take the wheel. I mean, for all we know, Susanna, like, he could like drift off to sleep and then Susanna could just like drive him to the Archbishop. Okay, Susanna was driving the car. Either we lost the Northern Tribesmen or they're plotting something. We better keep our eyes open. Yes, though, I don't think they'd dare attack us in broad daylight. The King of the North. Not even my worst nightmares could prepare me for this. I used to think my mother was just telling me stories, but now I know it's all real. Though I admit, it was still hard to believe. The Northern tribes were more prepared than us. I should have trusted her words more and confided in you earlier. It's like we're living in another world. Come on, guys.
It's a guy time.
Yeah, the real world feels like a dream now. But I wish we could wake up and leave the King of the North behind. David, you must be tired. Why don't you sleep for a while? I'll wake you up once we're in Haworth.
You get another premonition.
You're right. Who knows what might happen tonight? I better catch a few Z's. Oh wait, it's catch a few Z's because we're in England. David leaned back on his seat and closed his eyes, trying to relax. Meanwhile, Susanna kept driving through the countryside. Eventually, the fields turned to meadows. A winding road went up and down the hills. The car entered the wilderness of Haworth. A flock of sheep was visible throughout its thick grasslands. Suddenly, Susanna shrieked and slammed the brakes. David woke up and looked outside the window. A group of shepherds were surrounding their car. What's going on? Who are these people? I don't know. They jumped out in front of the car. I almost hit them. One of the shepherds approached David. Jihun, you want to be a shepherd?
I could be Commander Shepard.
Okay, alright.
You must be David. You're not allowed in these hills. Leave.
Why not? I'm not going to enter your lands. I'm just crossing the road. Besides, how'd you even know I was in this car?
God said you would understand if I told you. The hills of Haworth belong to the King of the North. Oh, we should have been going south.
What?
That's an idiot.
What? The King of the North? Then you're all Northern tribesmen.
We're just shepherds. I'm simply repeating the words of our God, the King of the North. I'm not the only one who heard them. Everyone in our village did. He told us that if we let you pass, you would become the Devil King, and in order to challenge God, you would call down a dark storm that will turn these lands to an arid wasteland, not grass. We won't be able to feed our sheep. Oh, yes.
The King of the North is deceiving you. He's no god. He's a sorcerer.
So you dare call our god a sorcerer? We know you. You are a sorceress. Everyone in the village knew about your mother. Oh. It's said that when her mother became a witch, blood gushed out of her body and she died in terrible agony. That must have been a punishment from our God, the King of the North.
Let's go, period.
God. The shepherd's eyes were filled with hatred. They raised their hose, ready to destroy the car. David, they're under a northern spell. They'll kill us. But if we go back, we'll be running into the northern tribesmen.
Censored.
Flooring the pedal. Hang on, hang tight.
Yeah, run him over.
Susanna revved the engine and stepped on the gas pedal, pushing the shepherds out of the way. Rather than moving out of the way, they stood their ground, throwing their makeshift weapons towards the car.
Oh, there's sparkling.
The windscreen shattered, and Susanna was forced to slam the brakes. David, get out of the car and run! When David opened the car door, the shepherds turned into medieval knights and attacked him. Okay, he's through. Terrified, David fell back inside the car. Been a while. I don't think we got any of this in stream 2.
Nope, no we didn't. Oh, mostly front loaded.
David, wake up! It's just a dream. A dream. David looked out of the window. Having braked suddenly, the car had raised a cloud of dust. Once the dust had settled, you could see that they were surrounded by meadows, and that they were driving towards a hill. That hill. It was in my dream. The shepherds there almost killed us, under the influence of the King of the North. Why, there's another warning from King Herath. A warning? So you're saying that there are shepherds waiting to kill us? In my dream, you were driving. Let me take the wheel now. After swapping seats, David drove the car slowly towards the hill. I'm Sean Connery.
They got out of the car to do that. It's like a hop in.
They reached the top of the hill. The road ahead crossed a wide, flat prairie. It's a bit further. The grassland was very thick. There was a flock of sheep. I think it was over there. David stopped the car, looking at the sheep. Then some shepherds appeared from the flock, noticing their car. So at once a premonition. Susanna, this road is dangerous. We're leaving. But it is the only way to my home. If we turn back, we might run into the northern tribesmen. Caught between his dream and a reality, David did not know what to do. What if your dream was actually an illusion the King of the North sent to slow us down? Oh, look! More shepherds are coming! What do we do, David? Do we keep going, or do we turn back? David had to make a choice.
This is another divergence. I think we're kind of... I'm curious what kind of endings we can also get. I think the previous ending we got was decently satisfying.
David swerved the car in towards the flock of sheep.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Okay. The car drove through the sheep at dangerous speed. Susanna closed her eyes. David kept rushing through the meadows without slowing down. He tried his best to avoid hitting the shepherds. Once she brought the car back to the road, David drove off, leaving him behind. When the car started slipping on the grass, I thought we'd roll over, but you actually kept her steady. You're like a professional racer. Oh, Devil King, you're so hot. It was just luck. When we started slipping, I was panicking, and I was randomly turning the wheel. It just happened to work out fine.
Very modest.
The shepherds seemed pretty surprised too, to be honest. I'm not sure they were actually hostile. They were probably pretending because we ruined their plan. And if we stopped the car, they'd have killed us.
I'm leaning towards believing David on that.
They kept driving through the hills until they finally reached Haworth. I could see some farmhouses in the distance, but I don't actually see any fields. What do they do for a living? They're all sheep farmers. There's a general store and a post office in the village center, so things aren't so bad. There's no live music clubs, though. After driving along the same scenery for a while, they eventually reached the railroad. Following the tracks, they came upon a settlement of stone houses. It was the center of Haworth. We should buy some food. We're going to be living here for a while. We need all the essentials. David brought the car towards the village. Once they arrived, they got out of the car and went inside the general store. They bought as much as they could fit in the car. So Lands live here in the village. They're old friends of my mother's, and sorcerers as well. We'll be in their care for a while. I want to introduce you to them. Sounds good. David and Susanna headed towards the Land's residence. Susanna knocked on the door. A middle-aged woman answered the door. She was surprised to see Susanna. Hey, Jihun.
Oh my, Susanna, you... Oh my, Susanna, you're here early. When you said you were coming with David, I thought it would take you a few more days.
It's been a long time, Mrs. Emily. There's a reason we're here so early. Is Mr. Lands here?
He is. Come on in. You must be David. I'm Lan's wife, Emily. Please make yourself at home.
Before David could even reply, Emily went back inside to call her husband. Susanna led him inside. Lance came out of one of the rooms with his wife.
Oh, see, Susanna brought David here. David, this is my husband, Lance.
I'm David. Sorry to barge in without notice. Mr. Lands, I messed up. The King of the North knows about David, and he's hunting him. Lands spoke. Andrew, how about you be Mr. Lands?
Sure. I see. Last night I was reading the energy of the Star of Darkness, and the candle flame flickered violently. I knew it was a bad omen. I never would have imagined the King of the North himself was after you. Tell me more.
Susanna told him everything, from the letter David received from the reporter Connors, to the suspicion that the King of the North might be Archbishop Mellis of St. Radford's Church.
That's why we lost contact with the sorcerers in London. We tried to warn them about the impending doom, but the northern tribes must have found them first.
I'm afraid you, Mr. Holly, and Mr. Greg are the only dark sorcerers left in England. No! It's up to us to revive the power of the Devil King sleeping in David's blood.
Holly's powers are too weak. We can only count on Greg. It's true that the power of the Devil King could easily defeat the King of the North, but we need to shed the blood of the northern tribes. Oh, Greg. I'm not sure we can do this alone.
I'm old Greg. We know where the King of the North is. With some planning, we should be able to capture a northern tribesman. What the fuck?
That might have been possible when he didn't know about us yet. But now... I think you should leave England and wait until the Star of Darkness leaves Earth. This isn't just about fighting. We must also think about protecting the bloodline.
We can't just wait until the Star of Darkness leaves Earth. When the Star of Darkness reaches Earth, that's when our powers are at their peak, Andrew.
That's true. We've been protecting the bloodline without fighting for generations. We have our backs against the wall. There's nothing we can do now. Not even King Hroth would fight in this situation.
Are you asking us to run away from the King of the North? If we did that, our children would have to suffer the same fate. No, we have to kill the King of the North while we have a chance.
Once the energy of the Star of Darkness is gone, both the Northern and the Dark Sorcerers will return to a normal life. We wouldn't have to worry about the King of the North for the next 300 years.
Let's go back to my mother's castle and think about it. Please call Mr. Greg. I'd like to hear his opinion as well. I'm still convinced that we could capture a northern tribesman. Hey Adam, how you doing?
We can defend ourselves from a spell cast by a Northern Sorcerer, but not one cast by the King of the North. I'll contact Greg and join you at the castle as soon as possible. We have to make our choice quickly before it's too late.
I love that he's just named Greg! Susanna took the castle keys and left the house of David. She placed her hopes on Lance, but she felt weak after hearing his opinion. I thought he was willing to fight with us, but I guess age caught up with him. Greg is younger. I'm sure he'd be able to capture a northern tribesman. I'll be honest, Susanna. I don't think we should fight either. What can two sorcerers do against an organization? I have this power, but I can't control it. I wish the Devil King inside me would tell me his opinion. It seems that power only manifests when you're sleeping or unconscious. It's likely that only once your two consciousnesses merge together, you will be able to control the power of the Devil King. There's the castle. So that's your house? I feel like I've seen it before, but I've never been to Haworth. When was it? Is this the castle he always sees in his dreams?
We already encountered that castle.
That was the Jeanne d'Arc Cathedral. It might not have.
Maybe there's two. It's a twin castle.
I don't accurately remember. A lot has happened in this game. Also, we visited like a dozen castles at this point. A small castle came into view on an otherwise empty hill. David turned the wheel right and stepped on the gas, driving towards the castle. He stopped in front of the gate, which Susanna unlocked with the key. Once the car passed through the gate, Susanna locked it shut once again. But yeah, Adam, we already reached an ending. We're seeing if we can reach another ending. So our Mirror's experience might be coming to an end shortly. David and Susanna looked around the castle. Lance and his wife had already cleaned up the dining room and Susanna's room, so she began to prepare their meal. We arrived ahead of schedule, so only a few rooms are ready. The dining room and my room are clean, so we can live here for a while. Is she, like, daggering David about his room? If it weren't for the King of the North, this would have been our fun holiday. Why does it have to be like this? It's ready. You must be starving. We've been on the run since last night. David had no appetite. He could feel the King of the North breathing down his neck, but once Susanna placed a plate in front of him, he started eating ravenously. After the meal, David started feeling sleepy, and yet he did not want to sleep, fearing he might have another nightmare. Now that I'm full, I'm feeling sleepy. Why don't we both sleep in my room? I'm sleepy as well, but I'm afraid I'm going to have another nightmare. Promise to wake me up if you think I'm having one. Wouldn't the nightmare give us, like, useful information, though? David? David and Susanna both went to sleep in their room. After some time, she woke him up. What happened? Sorry, you were sleeping soundly, so I considered not waking you up, but I thought you might have a nightmare if I left you alone. Huh? Is it night already? Yeah, I was just sleeping, no dreams at all. I wonder why King Hroth didn't show himself. Considering the situation, I thought he'd tell me what to do. Maybe he's at a loss, just like we are. Come on, let's go downstairs and wait for Mr. Lance. Susanna took a lit candle and walked down the stairs to the dining room with David, and she made some coffee to stave off sleep. According to David's watch, it was 11 p.m., but Lance was nowhere to be seen. The castle had no telephone, so they could only wait. Around midnight, they heard the sound of a car engine, and they saw the gate opening. The car's headlights shone through the window. Lance came running, leaving the car outside. Susanna hurried to open the door. Susanna and Lance entered the dining room.
About Greg. He's dead.
No!
It must have been the King of the North's deathly curse.
No! They
Not
got
Greg. Damn it. I called him, and he said he'd come as soon as possible, but he was taking too long and I was worried. Then he called me on the phone. He was calling for a restaurant outside Haworth. He said he noticed a car hailing him. I told him to stay there, and that I'd come to him instead. He told me not to come, that it was too dangerous, and hung up. I decided to go anyway, and drove towards that restaurant.
Mr. Lance, you can come whenever you want.
And I found him, right at the entrance of Haworth. His car was smashed, and he was dead. I didn't see anyone nearby, but there's never been any robberies around these parts. He was killed by northern tribesmen. I'm sure of it, Susanna. You and David must leave at once. There's no time for discussions. You have to leave England before it's too late. I think they built up this Greg character and just killed him off screen.
Well, yeah, like, the saddest part is we never got to meet him.
Yeah.
That's impossible. I left my passport at the office. Let's go back to London. If we floor it, the King of the North shouldn't be able to catch us. What the fuck?
Yeah, because King of the North is still...
Was that?
Because King of the North he's still riding a horse, right? It's not like he's getting a car.
Oh, I'm sure he's
going off the rails now. Like, he's probably not hanging out at his church anymore. Nonsense. You should go to Scotland instead. You can have your passports mailed to you and then leave the country by boat. Oh, there's gonna be more places we can visit.
What should we do, David? Do you want to run from the King of the North? Okay, not a choice. David spoke. I'm willing to go to the other side of the planet to live with you. Aww. I hate the idea of running away without a fight. What about all the dark sorcerers who gave their lives for us?
We were born to protect the bloodline. I, too, am willing to give my life to prevent the northern tribesmen from following you. That is our fate. No fate but what we make on our own.
You shouldn't be throwing your life away for us. Nobody should have to die like this. Damn it! For one for the King of the North.
It is your fate to run, David. If you oppose fate, your blood will be severed, and the soul of King Haroth will wander aimlessly for all eternity.
David did not care about fate, and he would rather avenge the deaths of all the sorcerers who died for his sake. However, when he saw Lan's tears rolling down his cheeks, he remained silent. He could not insult Lan's resolve like that. It's up to you, David. We were all born to follow you. Your will is King Haroth's will. After listening to Susanna's words, David knew that making this choice was also fate. Oh my fucking god. Okay, save state.
This is definitely... I am curious now. We have even more options. So that was a bad end then earlier. Must be.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of surprising.
Alright,
there's
boys,
a bunch of stuff.
what are we doing? Are we staying or going?
I think if we stay, we're going to get another quicker end. Whereas continuing to run... I don't know.
I agree with Andrew on this one. Yeah, what he just
Yeah,
said.
it's probably going to be the case. This game doesn't really try to trick us. It's up to you, Kevin, whether or not you want to get another ending right now, or try going further.
Alright, let us stay. Press any key to start reading data from the CD-ROM.
Any key. My favorite.
And now we wait.
I'm glad that you guys were just like, well, honestly, we're not just stopping at one ending. We gotta see every piece of shit ending this game has to offer.
Hey, it's not shitty.
It is the campiest game. all the dark sorcerers that died before us. And the capturing a northern tribesman, and the dark star will draw closer to Earth in 12 days. And Jesus fucking Christ! What time period is this game? So the game was made in 1990, and we have seen computers and stuff.
Using pagers. I think it's of that era.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
The most shocking
Late
part.
80s.
The most shocking part is made by Japan.
Yeah.
It's what Japan think about how Europeans spend their life in Europe.
Place a band. The band's behind us at this point. Who cares? They're done. Shit got real at Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
There's no going back now.
I'm just happy I finally I fucking called it about Stonehenge. They talk about going to Stonehenge. I'm like, all right, this is it. The exposition I'm hearing sounds Old English, and the images look like Murder, She Wrote. This is definitely more Murder, She Wrote than This is basically if, like, a bunch of, like, soap opera writers went to make a horror movie. Did you make up your mind? It probably doesn't help that I'm definitely reading it like a soap opera. I want to stay here and fight. Even if I ran away, I'd spend the rest of my days haunted by nightmares. If fighting is the fate that King Haroth gave me, then that's what I'll do. The King of the North hasn't won yet. If we can shed the blood of the northern tribes, we'll revive the power of the Devil King. We can still win.
This is our fate, and we can only accept it. I'll fight as long as I draw breath. As long as the King of the North himself doesn't show up, my sorcery should be able to handle the northern tribes.
Well, by the way, that was a fucking flag stuck in the ground there.
Yeah, he's totally dead.
Yeah. Quiet. I hear a car. No, more than one. Has to be them. Lanes went outside to check the situation and came back in a hurry. How many are there?
Yep.
Three cars. They're close to the gate. Hurry to the basement and cast the magic tetragon to protect David.
3 cars? Oof.
Wait. Okay, so
Oh,
a tetragon is like a 4-pointed polygon, right? So, like, don't they need 4 people to do that? They needed, like, the white sorcerers or whatever needed 4 people to do that at Stonehenge.
and we can make do. They sucked. This guy's way better.
We shouldn't split up. Come with us.
No, I'll hide here and ambush them. We wouldn't stand a chance if we faced them head on, not even together.
I do just want to say, I really enjoy that his portrait looks like the actor was, like, stifling in laughter. He looks like he's been, like...
Glad I got these pictures.
Yeah.
Like brown stuff or something.
You'd think that they would have had that in the credits, but alas.
Yeah, well, we got fake credits, maybe. If we can lead them to the basement, victory will be ours. Their blood must be spilled. I'll wager my life on this. The rest is up to you.
I know. I won't die until the Devil King is revived. Correct. Let us meet again on the Star of Darkness. Wait a sec. One by one, the cars cross the gate. I didn't have anything to add to that. Wait a sec. I was just like, hold on. Susanna grabbed David's hand, and they ran into the corridor leading down to the basement, holding a candle. Wait. Huh? At the end of the corridor, they turned left. These are the same fucking pictures, Andrew. After a while, they reached the door. Susanna opened the door. Beyond it was a staircase going down. At the bottom of the staircase was a wine cellar.
Huh.
Further on, there was another door. Susanna opened it. It was too dark to see anything. After Susanna lit the candles on the wall, an altar came into view. When she lit its candles, the altar looked as if it was floating. Various ritual tools were lined up on top of it. She took 4 clay figures and placed them on specific markings on the floor. The markings seemed to point to the 4 cardinal directions. I'm ready to cast the Tetragon. It's a magic barrier that can repel even the strongest northern sorcery. As long as you don't leave it, you'll be fine. What if they brought weapons? It might stop a spell, but I doubt it'll stop a bullet.
Where did I hear that line before?
The King of the North will be casting his curse, so he won't be coming here personally. Whoever comes here will know that I'm casting a spell, so they'll try to kill me. While they're distracted, you should stab them with this dagger and look at their blood. I'm a dark sorceress. I'm more than glad to sacrifice myself to stop the King of the North. So you're just going to die. Screw that! I'd rather run if I have to lose you to defeat the King of the North. It's not like I want to die. King Haroth will save me if he thinks he needs me. That's why I must be ready for anything to win. This really... that line really paints that ending we got in a pretty bad light. Susanna closed the door, picked up a dagger from the altar, and gave it to David. This is a cursed dagger. A single scratch, and all blood will gush out from their body. Can you do it? This all sounds very familiar, but it's like from the other side?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a similar policy.
It's just like a Mass Effect ending.
Yeah. I don't think I can go for the vitals, but if I just need to scratch them anywhere, I should be fine. Susanna, please, don't get yourself killed. You think Mr. Lands is fine? Question asked, question answered.
Yep.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. My body, my veins feel burning. It's the curse of the King of the North. David, remember the plan. There's like a weird voice in the... Okay, anyway. Susanna started chanting her spell, and David's plan subsided. Pain subsided? One of those. While David could hear Susanna's spell, he could not hear the King of the North's chant. After some time, Susanna's forehead was kneaded with sweat. Her chant seemed to be losing intensity. David stared at the door, dagger at the ready, but nobody seemed intent on opening it. Then, someone screamed beyond the door. David thought it was the voice of Lance. His ambush must have failed, and he had been killed. Then he heard the footsteps of multiple people coming down the stairs. Lance had successfully led them their way. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The door quaked with the dull sound. The northern tribesmen were ramming it. On the third strike, the door gave in. In order to protect Susanna, David was prepared to kill whoever came in first, but nobody did. He looked at Susanna, who was still chanting her spell. Then a metal lump rolled across the floor, stopping near them. It was followed by more metal lumps. Suddenly, a series of explosions rocked the basement. The metal lumps had been grenades. Neither David nor Susanna had time to realize it before the explosion enveloped them. There's our boy. A man came down the stairs. It was Archbishop Mellis of St. Radford's Church, also known as the King of the North. Jihun?
Fool! Spells are not necessary. Oh, you're wrong. Spells are not necessary. You're possessive. We live in the age of science. In modern warfare, victory goes to whoever employs the best weapons. This was never a battle of good versus evil. Its only purpose was severing once and for all the blood of the King of the North or the blood of the Devil King. I thought I read this line before. Now that the blood of the Devil King is no more, mine has lost its meaning. To an ancient battle that has continued for centuries. As servant of God, I have slain not men, but dark demons. Let us leave. Tonight we'll dream of death of the demon. Tomorrow we'll wake up, and in the time forget.
The King of the North and his followers went up the stairs. In the basement, nothing was left of David and Susanna. Okay, so this is pretty sadly the bad end, right? The cars of the northern tribesmen were gone, illuminated by starlight. The castle seemingly floated alone in the darkness. In a corner of the sky, one star was rapidly losing its light, as if mourning the loss of its master. Yes, Jihun.
I was gonna say, it turned out to be there's a trap card and review a trap, and then like, a surprise! It was a trap all along. You activated my trap card, and some kind of counter curse comes out or something. That's what I thought was kind of cool.
It was like a broken mirror. Oh, whose fragments were sinking into the depths of the ocean, drifting deeper and deeper. Okay, we're not sitting through this again. All right.
Yeah.
Load state.
I wonder how long the other one's gonna be.
He decided to flee. Press
Run
any key
away!
to start reading data. Okay. I swear to God, if there's like another branching path here, we're done.
You think you can finish it within 30 minutes? Or
Yeah,
in your
let's see.
opinion?
Okay, so that ending definitely ranks lower than the
other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was kind of let down for just...
The other one we actually like went to confront, and we did succeed in killing him, though it resulted in mutual destruction.
Yeah. Yes.
Slowly but surely.
So I was kind of looking into possibly like other games for the PC series that would be interesting to stream. My problem is I have to play at least a decent amount of them to make sure they're not fucking porn games, because they are very prevalent on the PC88 and 95 or whatever. Because these were basically like systems that primarily were marketed for adults. So it's like a lot of visual novels and also porn games.
What was it? One of the horror games they actually pulled it off? Had a borderline porn in it, like Phasmacore or something?
Oh yeah, we played that.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't that much. I mean, like, there's like 1 second of boobies tops. And it's in the beginning, like, intro thing. Susanna, we must leave the country. If we face the King of the North now, we'll die for sure. If we manage to get away from him, we'll eventually win. Makes sense. How can we win by running away? The King of the North wants to end the bloodline of the Devil King. If we have children, they will carry on the bloodline.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One day, King Roth will come back and defeat the King of the North.
That's right. As long as you protect the bloodline, one day your descendant will sever the blood of the King of the North. Don't try to defy fate in a moment of anger.
Alright. We'll do as you say and go to Scotland.
Time to tour the sights. If you leave now, you should be there by noon. No matter what happens, keep going and never look back.
Watch the good ending just be a never-ending tour of Scotland.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
David and Susanna left for Scotland under the cover of the night. David's car was the only one on the road. There were no cars in front of them nor behind them. Mr. Land's car is at the castle, so the King of the North shouldn't realize we're on our way to Scotland. But if they find out we left, they'll easily come after us. That is the only road we could have taken. Once we're in Scotland, we should take a boat from Should we take a boat from Edinburgh? Or maybe go further north, to Inverness. We had our passports, we could take an airplane from Edinburgh's airport. That's a big city. The King of the North might have influence there. We should take a boat from Inverness and go back to London. Huh? Back to London? See, if that surprises you, the King of the North will never guess it. So we're going back to London, get our passports, and leave on a plane? Most of the northern tribesmen from London are in Haworth, so it's relatively safe. Even if they were to force a confession out of Mr. Lands with a spell, he'll tell them we left by boat. Sound effects like layer over each other. It's like this cacophony. Okay. David, what's wrong? We're going off-road. David, don't fall asleep. David's car went off-road, going at full speed across the meadows. David, what's wrong? Slow down. David's eyes were vacant. He did not seem to be listening to it. Did the King of the North cast a spell? David, stop the car! Susanna pushed David out of the way and stretched her leg to step on the brakes. However, she could not stop the car in time. A large boulder came into view. Oh no. David steered the car towards it. Susanna tried to turn the wheel, but it would not budge. When the boulder was in front of them, she closed her eyes. Then David let out a scream. Not the shortest scream we've had. The car started spinning. Susanna stopped gripping the wheel and her body hit the door. She heard the metallic sound of the car hitting the boulder. Susanna lost consciousness as she thought she heard David's voice and opened her eyes. We're alive? King Roth protected us from the King of the North spell. He did? I heard his voice. He said, "May the blood of the Devil King seethe." The blood in my veins felt boiling hot, and I fainted. When I came to, there was a boulder in front of me. I turned the wheel, and the car started spinning. In the end, it was the trunk that slammed against it. Are you hurt? I'm sore just about everywhere, but I'll survive. I guess we owe King Roth our lives. was trying to protect his bloodline. His final words were, Susanna must carry on the blood of the Devil King. He wasn't really protecting us, just his blood. We're alive. That's what matters. Does the car work? David tried starting the car. The engine seemed fine. He put the car in gear and tried to move. Anything wrong? I think it's fine. The King of the North must have given up after his spell was repelled. You must have thought you were countering his spell with the power of the Devil King and thought you might injure him. We should be able to run away now. But how can we live in peace when the King of the North is still out there? I think King Hroth will be satisfied if we follow our fate. By the time our holidays are over, the Star of Darkness will have been long gone. Then we'll figure something out. You're right. Once the Star of Darkness is gone, we should be able to return to London. We'll just have to bear with it for a while. David's car kept driving towards Everness. A few years had passed. Even now, the popularity of Vision was unquestionable. A young couple wearing sunglasses was happily strolling in the outskirts of London under the gentle sun of an early summer. Junior's fast asleep. It's been a while since we last walked together like this. A baby with the face of an angel was sleeping peacefully, cradled in David's arms. One block away, they noticed a group of priests wearing black robes. They were led by someone who was clearly a high-ranking priest, a dignified, pious archbishop. Instinctively, David and Susanna hurried towards the archbishop, taking off their sunglasses. Jihun?
Again? Mr. David, even a humble man of cloth like me knows about you. My, what a lovely day. The Lord's blessing upon this child.
Then, the baby's eyes fluttered open, and the archbishop thought he heard a voice in his head. See you in 300 years, accursed northern tribes! The archbishop shook his head. He figured he must have been hearing things due to his age. I guess this is you now.
I am Archbishop Brothers of St. Redford Church in Stratford. Feel free to call my number. Busy if you're ever in the area. That doesn't.
Oh, why?
Thank you, Your Grace. Can you believe it, Susanna? A blessing from an archbishop. Junior will have a great life, I'm sure. Is Junior his name? I hope not.
Well, don't people actually name
Like David.
Yeah, it's probably David, yeah. Thank you again, Father. We'll definitely stop by your church. Come on, David, let's go. The Star of Darkness drifted away from Earth, taking those unpleasant memories with it. A bright spot flashed in a corner of the clear blue skies. It was reflecting a glimpse of the world 300 years from now, like a mirror. Please don't tell me that that is the extent of the game's connection to its title.
Also said Shattered Mirror earlier.
Wow, that's an ending? Wow.
Man, that's a happy end.
I
It's
guess.
let's kick this can down the road.
It's like, let's straight up like, yeah, let's avoid the confrontation and run away. And then
I think our first ending was the most satisfying.
I
Yeah.
agree, that's what I was about to say. The first ending was the best one.
They straight up pull the anime ending where they show the happy couple with the child, and they live happily ever after.
I think we're gonna call it with this ending. We're not gonna. There's like various options. I don't know if there's a better ending, but we're good. I think we got a good feel overall for the game. What are your thoughts? I enjoyed it. There's some pretty hilarious parts, and the translation is really solid. I think we only saw one error.
There was some awkward stuff. Maybe
phrasing, but only one spelling error. Very good.
Yeah. I have a feeling this game will definitely have like a legacy. Just like this will go down in infamy on this channel. Like I'm gonna be talking about the Sorcerer Horkai and his Star of Darkness. Downing a whole bunch of sleeping pills and visiting every landmark in France.
The memes, they never end.
Yeah, we're gonna be memeing about this game for a long time. Adam says the sound is great.
Yeah. I love the little doop sounds in this game.
One thing, I wish that during that time they had like the live performance where they had like the lyrics pop on the screen and everything. I wish they actually had a music track.
Oh.
Like I wish they actually like had a song.
I guess that was probably a lame part. Like I think we were all kind of expecting something to come up when they were gonna play because they had like little text for them singing, but the music in the background was different than what we've been hearing the whole game.
Yeah.
Didn't the music have a borderline danger words? Or am I thinking of something else?
Well, there's the one track when it's starting to get crazier where he's just like, kill, whatever.
Yes. Had some words that even Kevin refused to say.
Yeah, there was something to do with him stirring the crowd, much like Hitler in Nazi Germany.
Because they were in Germany at the time.
Yeah, they were. Which probably makes that even like extra fucked up. Like them being in Germany does not make that line better. You know. Oh God. Yeah, that was cool.
So we're actually under 3 hours. First stream in a while.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours 43 minutes. Jihun, how'd you feel about all this?
I have a mixed thing. I mean, if I were to put this as like, quote unquote professionally, I mean, this is kind of mess. Like, story goes everywhere, like all that kind of stuff. But if I were just like, just fool around and have fun, yeah, this is not a bad game.
It does feel like there were like, to your point, Jihun, it did feel like the stuff we played last stream felt like a decent amount of like filler or wasted space.
Uh-huh.
Like it kind of felt like it was overstaying its welcome. While like stream 1 and stream 3 tonight, like high octane, just like boom, 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 things are happening, right? But that middle stream we did, it was like fucking nothing.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of a lull in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, story-wise, I think it could have been done better, but I think it's one of those things where like, the game actually could have been finished within 2 hours, but for some reason they stretched it to 5 hours or something like that.
Well, I mean, I feel like most people playing this game are just like sitting there mashing enter and reading it to themselves. Like they're not, adding voices to it, which probably.
Yeah, we easily doubled our playtime.
Yeah.
That's also true, yeah.
That being said, mashing enter does not make the text crawl go faster.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very
so
unfortunate.
we don't I don't think we like
There's
went
the speed
so
run of this
over
game.
time.
Yeah, the speed run of this game is like locked in. You can't go faster. It's mashing X constantly.
Oh, you speed running tactic took.
Well, you say mashing X, and the reality is mashing numpad enter.
No, what you gotta do is like you have to.
Oh hell yeah! That's my favorite any key.
Yeah, I told you before. I've been playing this game with the number pad. 8 is up, 2 is down, 4 is left, 6 is right, and the enter is go.
Oh yeah,
And
I mean,
then
because that's how.
escape was used for some things.
Yeah, I think that's actually the old school way of playing games back then.
Right.
Yeah, it's emulated.
Yeah. No, I have a very expensive Japanese PC right here. Yeah, super emulated. We are so on YouTube videos. I've been posting a link to the archive.org page where you can like download the game and play it yourself. It's pre-patched, comes with its own emulator, so everything you need to play it is there. Oh, so there isn't like a fast forward, but I can increase. Okay, so it says CPU times 1, and I can increase it all the way to CPU times 16, but it doesn't actually speed the game up. Instead, it just causes the game to stutter.
Oh no.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried it already.
So what are we playing this Friday? Oh, this Friday is Silent Hill 3, alright.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday we are playing and beating Silent Hill 3. Ugh.
I think we'll manage it too.
Um,
I'm gonna broke down the how long to play.
yeah. Silent Hill 3 in theory should be shorter than 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, just like comparing the times on how long to beat. Each time, like for each category, it was like an hour to 2 hours shorter. Um, so
How
yeah,
about completionist? Completionist of that game would be playing it like 20 times.
Oh yeah, because
Like
what? Like,
it endlessly unlock more and more riddle difficulties. I think.
oh, by the way, I knocked the fucking Silent Hill 2 time out of the park.
oh shit.
I don't know what the fuck the people on How Long to Beat were doing when they were playing Silent Hill 2, but I got like an hour on them.
All right.
The fuck?
I was just kind of playing mostly blind. Like I
Yeah.
just kind of helped you if you're kind of going the wrong way a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Thursday and Friday. Sunday, we're playing D&D, but it's going to be a little bit different. Our good pal Lonnie, who's normally a player, is trying her hand at Dungeon Master, and she is running some pre-built spooky campaign. Made my character for it this week. Looking forward to it. No idea what the complexion of that's going to be like, but I really look forward to the change of pace and seeing how Lonnie DMs. But that will be our last spooky stream because our D&D night is the last night of October and Halloween proper. In November, Jihun, you'll be happy because we will be starting 999. What is it? 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors?
Correct.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Sounds about right.
Which I will be going through completely blind. I've only heard of this game by title.
No, okay.
Oh, the Halloween thing is a one-shot. So it is starting and ending in one session.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so I know nothing about 999. if it doesn't take us all month, then I'm sure I can find something else. No big deal. But it
You already get, you
how
already
long
have,
did
you
you
also
say?
have
Like 9 hours?
9 hours.
That's appropriate.
Yeah.
Also, well, here's the thing. It's gonna. Oh, so they have a. If my memory serves, they did put this on an iOS version, but that game on the Steam should have a either regular version. You can play as a regular mode versus visual novel mode. Where like in the regular mode it involves you solving some puzzles, while visual novel mode is just you don't even solve any puzzle. You straight up big choices like the at the split road, and that's it. If I remember correctly.
Okay. I assume you'd recommend doing the puzzles like that. That
Correct.
feels like the
Because
way to
yeah,
go.
because the puzzle is a big part of that game. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I mean, like the one thing I know about it, I think, is that it's kind of like an escape room type thing,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Yes. That's why I got that game in the first place, because that game came out during the time when the escape room type of game was very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I heard about this 999, I was basically scared. Oh shit, I gotta get it. I love those games. And I got it, and I'm like, oh, and the more I play, because the story got more fascinating. Anyway, I'll just wait for your opinion after you play that game at least once. See
Yeah.
what's your opinion.
And I have some like general plans of what we're doing after November. Basically, I want to spend the month of December playing Shenmue or Shenmue. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. I'll probably
No,
say it both ways.
That
Uh,
movie.
um, and on top of that, I'd also like to do. I don't know if this will be like a midweek solo stream, but Valhalla, aka VA11 Hall A, the cyberpunk bartender action game. Because that is also a Christmas game. Uh,
no, you
and
should
I
play
really like it.
Persona. You should play Persona for four. It's either 4 or 5. That's a Christmas game. Got some Christmas in
Yeah, as a whole one scene.
it.
Yeah, like the Persona games, like each take like a whole year, don't they?
Like
Yep.
60 hours.
well, no, I mean like in game, like the story is like over the span of a year.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Maybe play a Persona game over a span of a year. One day per in-game day. Some streams will be like 1 minute.
So
Other
that
streams will be like a couple hours.
that is something I'm considering doing for Valhalla. I was also considering doing it for Shenmue, but that seemed a bit much. But yeah, in Shenmue we'll just play it normally. So the other thing is I'd really like to start up Pathologic to begin the new year, which we kind of had a taste of as one of our spooky bonus streams this month. But we will be playing the full legit first game as the sarcastic and snobbish Bachelor of Medicine Daniil Dankovsky. And I think Andrew, you had a pretty good time with that, right? you
The
enjoyed
game I'm
that.
thinking of, that game was just like batshit crazy.
All right. So
Yeah,
that's it for all, right? That's all
yeah.
for tonight.
God, I hope so.
Now we're getting it soon. We got 6 minutes before it's 3 hours.
I feel
Yeah.
like we're the. I mean, as far as I know, like I mean, I'm sure I could dig deeper into YouTube, but I feel like we're the only one who actually has some full playthrough on regarding this game. I have.
So I checked.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of uploads of this game's soundtrack,
Yes.
and there is someone from like 11 years ago, like the dawn of YouTube, who played the Japanese version and translated it live, like spoke out the translation.
Oh wow.
Um, so we are, as far as I know, the first people to do a full playthrough of the English fan translation.
Make sure you put that in the title. Mirror, full playthrough. You gotta get those views, man.
I don't know how many people are searching for this game, Jihun.
You never know.
This is a weird ass game.
In case people are watching this,
I mean, I've
make
done
sure
my
to
best. It's all in the description, but I mean, there's only so much I want to put in the title of these videos.
just in case we get new people, make sure to click that like and hit the subscribe button.
Don't forget to hit the bell icon.
Oh yeah.
I guess the usual thing is, let's see. If you're watching this on YouTube, hi, thank you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And our link in the description will take you to our Twitch page where you can watch what you're seeing now, but live and interact with us. If you're watching this on Twitch, we also upload our stuff to YouTube in far better quality, higher resolution. Up to 1440p because that's what my monitor is, 60 FPS, all that stuff. So things that you see here will look far better there, but they come out like 2 days later. Let's see. We also have a Discord, and we have a command in our chat. Kaboom. And yeah, that's kind of a new thing. But yeah. That's everything.
Yep.
Okay, I felt like I was missing something, but we're not sponsored because some of those YouTubers say, make sure to click the link below.
All right. Till next time, I'll see you in hell. Wait, hold on. No, wait.
Yeah, the passing of the next Dark Star.
Yeah, I'll see you on the passing of the next star of darkness.
Yes.
I'll see you in my dreams.
Ew.